So I have something to say. I have something to get off my chest. Okay. I live in South Africa, and around September 20th or so, can't remember the exact date, but I think it was then, there was a there was snow. There was snow. Snow happened, which is not a common thing for us. We don't normally get snow. We get snow maybe like once a year if we're lucky, and even then it's like a quick dusting overnight or minimal snow. However, this time around it was not the case. It was a little serious, and there were warnings for like a week or like a couple of days ahead of time. I can't even remember how long it was, but there were warnings, right? And the people were warned, please stay at home. Don't try to go about anywhere else. Don't try to do anything unnecessary. People did not listen. People still hosted parties, weddings, and funerals. I get that you can't really schedule a funeral, but also you kind of can. But people did not listen. People essentially went about as though it was like a regular Saturday. And some people got stuck in the snow for more than 24 hours. I can't remember how long it was exactly, but some people were stuck for like 36 hours. Some people were stuck for like 48 hours. People were stuck for quite some time on the N3, right? And there were even fatalities. I heard about it. I have not seen any official newspaper articles or anything like that reporting that. However, I heard through the grapevine that there are people who lost their lives. And I was sad about that, right? I feel bad for their families. I mean, you just lost a loved one. That's not fun. But also, it's kind of like, it's almost as if there were warnings for you not to leave your house, and you decided to leave your house. Explain that to me. But I don't want to talk about the snow right now. I am on the side of TikTok where there is no shortage of negative news and negative things that are happening in the world. And I'm not coming for anyone who's posting these videos, anyone who's talking about them, because a lot of these things are things that are beyond our control as people. But one of the things that have come up is Hurricane Helene in the past 2 weeks, and all the damage that it caused, and now I knew about Hurricane Helene about 3 days or 2 days before she hit Florida. I don't even live in America. I've never even been to America. But I knew about that, right? And of course, it's sad to see the damage that has been done. Entire towns, in some cases, are like wiped out and ruined. I can't imagine being somebody who lives in that area and coming back to absolutely no home. That would be sad, right? However, very quickly after Hurricane Helene hit, I started hearing about Kurt, right? And Kurt was, I don't know what was happening. I don't remember all the details, but there was Hurricane Kurt, right? Who was expected to come in. And then I don't know what happened, didn't really follow it very well. A different pressure system or whatever system came about, and now there's Hurricane Milton that is set to hit Florida, or like go through Florida in a couple of days. It's Tuesday today, maybe tomorrow or Thursday, I can't remember for sure. And there are people who are in mandatory evacuation zones. So the powers that be where they live have told them, you need to go. You need to leave. Okay? Some people say they can't leave. I don't know why. People, if I was given the option, if I was in an optional evacuation zone, I would leave. I don't know where I'd go, but I'd leave, right? But you get people who are in mandatory evacuation zones who are not leaving. They have been told that, listen, Um, the storm surge is crazy right now, right? So water from the ocean is crazy high, and on top of that, there's so much water expected, right? 15 feet, I think, was a prediction for one of the places that I was listening to them talk about. And these people are like, there's nowhere for us to go. There are no hotels nearby that are available. Someone else was like, oh, the nearest Airbnb that's available is like 7 hours away, and it's so expensive. I can't afford that. Someone else said, I kid you not, another person, this one made me the most mad. They're like, we have a 7-seater car. Good start. And she's like, but it's not going to be enough for our family because we have so many people in the family, which is like one more person than what the car can take. And of course, they have pets as well. And they're complaining about how they just going to stay. And I don't, it's no hate to these creators and these people who are saying that they are staying in these zones. However, I just say that you do not want to leave, or you don't have the mental, someone said they don't think they had the mental capacity to deal with what's happening and to leave. And I was like, that's so valid. That's so valid. Because I'm sitting here, I don't live in Florida. I don't live near the ocean, and I am panicking on their behalf. So I can imagine how much more somebody who's living in that situation is panicking, right? So I understand. I understand. And I was like, that's so valid. I still, I would, if I could have it my way, I'd have you leave, but oh well. There's nothing I can do about it. However, some of these people are saying things like, where will we go? You are going out of harm's way. That's where you're going. You're going out of harm's way. You're going out of harm's way. I don't get it. I used to watch horror movies and be like, oh my goodness, some of these people are stupid. Or like thrillers, yes, thrillers, where people would be in danger, there would be somebody chasing them, and then they'd be in the woods going, oh my God. They're gonna hear you. Like, they're not trying to be quiet. They have zero survival skills. And I always thought this is so ridiculous. I don't think anyone could ever be like this in real life. And I'm seeing these people, I'm like, maybe you guys are those characters. Because there is no way you're going to talk about comfort. We just won't be comfortable in the car. Okay. You won't be comfortable in the car. Okay, Susan. Okay, Derek. Another one this one made me mad. The woman is like, I think we should leave and go to a different place. She calls the other place by name. And the guy's like, no, I'm here, I'm protecting my family, I'm protecting my property. I feel like it's such a hazard what he was doing. First of all, he doesn't want them to evacuate, and they are in a mandatory evacuation zone. He doesn't want them to evacuate, right? And then he's putting corrugated zinc, I think it was corrugated zinc, on his windows to serve as storm shutters or whatever the case is. But you're staying in the house. I felt like that was so unsafe because if the house floods, which is likely to flood, if the house floods, then you're stuck in the house. Then you and your family are stuck in the house. It's like, why are you signing a death warrant? Why are you playing with your own lives, guys? Oh, I'm, I'm, I have so many questions. And my heart goes out for these people and the situations that they're in. I feel very bad for them, and I wish there was a way to have the storm not go through their area so they don't have to suffer from the effects of it. But it feels like they're not wanting to save their lives. They're not wanting to save their families' lives, and it scares me and it breaks my heart. Because what do you mean? Anyway, that's just me.